Hey, what's up, Stay Tuners? It's your good friend Jimbo here, letting you know that today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo. I recently joined as a member and you can too. Apply today and let them know that you heard from Stay Tuned Sports and you start earning today. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
You heard the rest. Now here's the best. Stay Tuned Sports Podcast.
And welcome back to a holiday special episode. Thanksgiving episode, I guess, since it is Thanksgiving, if you guys are listening on the day of this release. Just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody had enough turkey and stuffing and all those lovely sides that come with it. It's your good friend Jimbo here. Gonna talk a little sports. I'm not sure how long we're gonna be talking. There's a couple things to talk about. Got a fight coming up this weekend. No, not UFC. No, not bare knuckles. Old man Mike Tyson and old man Roy Jones Jr. is fighting an exhibition fight. I want to touch on it a little bit because I saw the rules this past week and it's pretty absurd. Going to touch on a little bit about the Philadelphia Eagles and the downward spiral that they're slowly going in, as well as our blue picks at the end of the episode. So before all that, though, after the episode, because we want you to keep listening, obviously, head over to staytunedsports.net to follow all of our social media accounts over there, as well as our merch tab is there. If you saw on Twitter, Joshua Sobel, our Truck Series driver, promoting our new Trucks iRace t-shirt that we added last week over on our Zazzle.com store. So, like I said, though, the Saturday night, we had Mike Tyson coming out of retirement. I think the last time he fought was 2008 or 10, something like that. But Roy Jones fought last in 2016. So he's more recent, but either way, both way past their prime. Not even sure why they're doing this. I mean, Tyson's got money. Jones has his commentary gig, so he's got income coming in. But this fight was supposed to happen in September, but got pushed off because rumors were coming out that the pay-per-view buys were not really there yet. So they want a little bit more time to be able to promote it and things of that nature. And it seems like it's trending on the upward to be better than what it was supposed to be in September. But that's not the story here I want to talk about. Now, I understand this is exhibition match. It's always been considered an exhibition match between the two of them. But the rules are a little weird, if you ask me. There's going to be no judges. Now, supposedly there's going to be no judges. The state, fighting commission, whoever sanctioned this, said there will be no judges to score the fight. No headgear, but they will be wearing 12-ounce gloves. No winner will be declared unless there's a knockout or a TKO. And this one right here is just absurd. If either fighter ends up getting a cut on their face, fight's over. So everyone that's going to be paying the pay-per-view money for this, all it takes is one little cut and all that money's gone. How many boxing matches have you guys seen that within the first one or two rounds, a fighter gets cut? I mean, these guys, especially Tyson, seeing videos and pictures of him, it's pretty ripped. Still probably has the power that he did when he was younger to knock Jones out. He's going to cut him. And vice versa with Jones. I mean, Tyson's no, spring chicken. He's going to be easily cut too. The other rule too was instead of the normal 3-minute round fights, the rounds are going to be 2 minutes each. Now, right before I came on to record, Triller, which is the streaming service that's going to have the pay-per-view, released a statement saying about false rumors swirling around. So they want to be crystal clear. The WBC is scoring the fight. There could be a knockout and there will be one winner. Anyone who says there's going to be no judging or no winner either does not understand the rules or has their own agenda. Unquestionably, 100%. Oh, the other thing too, the rumor that was coming out was you weren't even able to take bets on this because it's an exhibition fight. Well, Triller said DraftKings is the betting partner and is taking bets on the fight in New Jersey, New Hampshire, and Illinois. The only difference in this fight is the gloves are 12 ounces, there are 8 rounds, and the rounds are 2 minutes rather than 3. That's the only difference. Either way, this fight card sounds like it's going to be a circus. You have the YouTube celebrity Jake Paul fighting a former NBA basketball player. The commentary crew is Adonis from UFC, Mario Lopez. The one commentator is well known from boxing, but it just seems like these are just Joe Schmoes getting together for a circus, and that's what I think it's going to be. I was thinking about doing a live show like we did with the Notre Dame Clemson game, and I may still do it. I'm definitely going to do one for the Notre Dame game on Friday night against North Carolina, because that should be a good football game. And college football rankings got released. Alabama 1, Notre Dame 2, Clemson number 3, and Ohio State number 4. Maybe I'll save that for Friday night to keep with the theme, but I got a lot of opinions about that. And if you guys listen to the past few episodes, you know that I don't think Ohio State and Clemson should be in there because they have played less games. But back to the Tyson Jones fight. Like I said, I think this is going to be a circus. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. I don't know what their agendas are for this. I don't know if Tyson wants to use this to try to get back into fighting at 54 or 55 years old, however old he is. But it will be interesting to see how it all goes down, though. So, something else as far as the NFL goes, I want to get into, definitely, past couple weeks, Philadelphia Eagles fans yelling for Carson Wentz to get benched and, bring Jalen Hurts in. Well, this past weekend, Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores benched Tua in the fourth quarter when they were down 20-10 and brought Fitzpatrick back in. Now, let's not forget, Fitzpatrick is the one that started the season as a starter, and 4 weeks ago Tua came in, took over the job from Fitzpatrick, and including this past week's loss, he is 3-1. Now, he's a rookie. Flores better understand he's going to have growing pains. And I don't understand what the thinking here of benching him. I mean, yeah, okay, he was struggling, but he was 3-0 before this game. After this game, you're 6-4, so he went 3-1. You guys were a 500 team. He's bringing you closer to the Bills' record. Now, they play the Jets this week, and I just don't like that move to bench him, especially that late in the game. I mean, what's another quarter? you know? Now, he's played against very good college teams, but college to NFL we've seen is two different molds. It's a huge jump in talent. Excuse me. I don't think Flores should have benched him, and Flores did come out and say that it wasn't injury related. It was just that he thought Fitzpatrick gave him the best chance to win the game. Well, if that was the case, then why are you going back to Tua to start against the Jets? You may have just brought his confidence down just a little bit. And that's all it takes for a rookie. If you see it, like, you know, a lot of quarterback gurus and coaches, they always say a quarterback doesn't hit full stride until their fourth year in the NFL. That they have total understanding of defenses and the pace of the game and all that stuff. If you're going to put your rookie quarterback in there in the first year, at any point of the year, you better understand there's going to be repercussions if you bench him at some point in that first year. Now, I kind of hope that he doesn't have a setback against the Jets now. You know, might be overthinking now, like, oh, okay, you know, if I mess up too much, you know, he's going to put Fitzpatrick back in here. Now, you know, Brian Flores, he came from the Patriots with Bill Belichick, and, you know, had Tom Brady for however many years. So he's not used to seeing adversity when it comes to quarterback play. He's used to seeing, you know, greatness, if you want to call it that. And how much was it his fault? You know, how much was it Tua's fault? Because he was sacked 6 times. Where the past 4 games, he was sacked 4 times. So again, you know, those hits, even on veteran quarterbacks, take a toll during a game. I mean, I always said when Philly played Dallas with Troy Aikman or Tony Romo, it seems like after 2 hits, those quarterbacks start speeding up their internal clock a little bit and start making bad decisions. So, how about you start benching offensive linemen first, or figure out quicker plays, you know, screens or quick slants, something to get the ball out quicker, so that way your rookie quarterback isn't getting hit as much as he was. So we'll see how that turns out for him this weekend when they play the Jets. I hope it doesn't affect him. I hope he bounces back and has a good game. Because even though he went to Bama, I kind of like the kid, especially how he handled the Jalen Hurts, him taking over the job from Jalen Hurts. He didn't let it get to his head. He, you know, still was the teammate, you know. So speaking of benchings and all that lovely stuff that's been going on with my lovely Philadelphia Eagles, this past week against the Browns, just hard to get through. I mean, it was like, this season is like the worst movie ever out there. You know, my first movie that I ever took my wife to was Chappie, and you want to talk about a shitty movie. I'm surprised she was still wanted to see me after seeing that movie. That's how this game felt. It was so shitty for this offense. I mean, the offensive line was just terrible. Wentz got sacked 5 times, and not only got sacked 5 times, he got hit 10 more times. So, minus the pick 6 that he threw, and I don't care what anybody says, some of Twitter Eagles fans were trying to defend him, saying, oh, that was on Richard Rodgers, he should try to block Ward that came in off the safety blitz. He had a rigor wide open before Ward even took a step. And he was looking right at him too. Now I saw yesterday a couple other people were saying there was a receiver above him that was a little open, but Rigger was the most open one of all of them. And then he just wanted to do a check down to Miles Sanders, but got hit from behind. Ball floated. Browns linebacker, safety, whatever he was, Taki picked it off and ran it back for a pick 6. And, I saw a quote from Dick Vermeil saying, this kid, Carson Wentz, has 2 years of over 100 quarterback rating. You just don't lose it like that. Dick Vermeil pointed to the wide receiving crew and how bad the offensive line is playing. And this, to me, is Doug Peterson's fault. Howie's part of this for not giving Carson some of the weapons instead of a good receiver in the draft and, taking a second round. You could have picked you decided to pick Jalen Hurts. So, of course, you had to figure this was going to, eventually catch up to you. And for everybody screaming, let's start Jalen Hurts. What has he done when he has come in? He's thrown 2 passes and ran all the other times. So that either means he can't pass or the coaching staff doesn't have the confidence in him to throw passes. So defenses know now when he comes in, it's going to be a run. Stick one defensive end to worry about him. Everybody else go after the running back. Carson's not going anywhere. And if you bench him right now, Jalen Hurts ain't going to do much better. If anything, he'll do worse. Travis Fulgham, we all thought he was the next great thing. Where has he been the past couple 2-3 weeks? He had 2 or 3 drops this past week. Greg Ward is a disappointment this year. I really thought he would take a step up. And this whole Alshon Jeffrey thing, you kept him on the team, not the pup list, so he took up a roster spot for 9 weeks. And since he's been back, he's been targeted 3 times with 1 catch. 3 times with 1 catch. That could have been an extra offensive lineman spot. That could have been a better wide receiver, possibly, than what we've been running out there. Quiz Watkins has been inactive because let's keep on putting Alshon out there. Maybe he'll start clicking at some point. It's not going to. Now, the one bright spot that I did see on the defense, defense, the whole offside shit, that was getting on my nerves. I mean, overall, they did play well. They kept the team in there till the 4th quarter, and by that point, when your offense isn't moving the ball or doing anything, you're going to get tired. But the one bright spot that stood out to me, and I noticed him coming on in the past couple of weeks, Alex Singleton, our linebacker. Dude was a beast. He was all over the place. I think he had either caused a fumble or had a fumble, but he led the team in tackles the week before. He had an awesome game this week. Maybe, we'll see. We finally found our starting linebacker and get rid of Nate Gary. But as far as a team as a whole, rumors are starting to float around that the seat is starting to get a little bit hot here for Dougie P. Adam Kaplan came out on Monday and said that Jeffrey Lurie has not been happy with this team since the Dallas loss, and that if things don't get going, there will be changes in January. And then yesterday I saw Adam Schefter say on top of that if the Eagles don't win the division, there will be coaches changing. Now, does that mean from top to bottom, or does that mean Peterson's going to have to get a whole new staff? But if Doug Peterson doesn't give up play calling soon, he may lose his job, and rightfully so. I've said for 2 years, I think Deuce Staley would be a very good offense coordinator. Because the thing is, Doug has Andy Reid complex. He wants to pass 50 times a game. And you can't. You need a balanced offense. Whether it's 30 passes, 20 rushes, or 25-25. You know, you need some of a balance. You can't have 50 passes to 10 rushes. Especially when you have Miles Sanders averaging 6 yards a carry. I mean, when they were running against the Browns this past weekend, they were moving the ball. They go to pass, offense stalls. Why not run until they stop you? One, it keeps your defense fresh, and it tires their defense out. Sets up the play action. Sets up the play action to roll out Carson, because we know Carson is more accurate on the outside. He's not a pocket passer. Sorry, but he's not. And then this Monday night, we have the Seattle Seahawks. Not expecting much. I mean, I got work early. I may not even watch the game. I may just wake up and see what the score is, be like, okay, we lost another one. But if Doug wants to save his job and get Carson back to 2017, 2018 Carson, he's got to give up the playing abilities. Because that's not his strength whatsoever. And it's showing now. So, before we go, we are going to do our weekly Blue Picks.
4th and 5. Jones steps up, takes off, he's in! Touchdown!
3rd down and 3. Jackson has all day, looking deep for Hollywood Brown again. He's got it! Brown off to the races, and he stays on his feet. Touchdown!
And here is your Blue Picks of the week, brought to you by Skunk Duck Studios, the best ducking designs on the web. So this is our blue picks, our blowouts, our locks, and our upset picks that we've been doing since week 1. Been pretty fun. I'm not sure, like I said every week, how good I've been doing, but just a little rundown. Blowouts are when a team loses or beats another team by 9 points or more. A lock is the obvious. Upset is when the underdog is an underdog by 5 points or more and win against their opponent. So this week, kicking off my blowout pick, I have the Raiders over the Falcons. Raiders are favored by 3. Raiders almost beat the Chiefs this past week. Seems like the Raiders have finally put a team together, a young team, as long as I think they should keep Derek Carr around, because there was talk that maybe this might be it for him in Las Vegas after this year, but he's finally clicking. He's got the team going, and Falcons just lost to the Saints without Drew Brees playing. It's shown that they can't beat the good teams, and the Raiders are a very good team. I see the Raiders completely blowing them out this week. For my lock, I have Miami over the Jets. I kind of talked about a little bit earlier in the show about Tua. I think he has a comeback game here. Miami's favored by 7. And the last time they played, Miami beat them 24-0. I think that might have been Tua's first game, because that was about 2-3 weeks ago. So I expect the same outcome. Jets are just terrible. I think I saw something say, what has a better chance of happening? The Jets going 0-16 or the Steelers going 16-0? And I see the Jets going 0-16 before we see the Steelers 16-0. For my upset pick, I have the 49ers over the Rams. 49ers are +7. San Fran won the first meeting 24-16. And I just don't think the Rams are as good as the record shows. I've said it for a while. Jared Goff is an okay quarterback. I don't think he deserves that contract he got. But San Fran's a little bit more healthier this time around too, compared to the first time they played each other. So I think the 49ers are going to upset the Rams for a second time this year. So I think that's going to be it for this week. I hope you and your family have a very safe and good Thanksgiving. So till next week, this is your good friend Jimbo, signing out.